Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. Bit of a different video this one. I was gonna do a team reveal for my next video, but I started doing this last night and thought I might as well share it. Maybe someone might get something out of it. I don't know about you guys, but when I look at the fixture, I find it hard to read who the teams are playing and take notice of a good run against shitty teams and stuff like that. So I decided, as you can probably tell by now, I seem to work better using colours and stuff like this. So I put together this fixture thing here. I guess it's more of a strategy video, and some players like to take the fixture into account, and especially knowing when to pick up players and when to drop them if a team's going to get on a run, stuff like that. Now, take this with a grain of salt, because this is just how I personally have predicted the teams are going to be this year, roughly. So, for reference, Brisbane and Collingwood I've got as the red teams here that you don't want to face. The orange teams are the decent ones, like Adelaide, Carlton, GWS, Melbourne, Port and Sydney. And then the teams in light green that are probably going to be that, I don't know, like not the bottom teams, but they'll still be in the bottom 10, I would say. So Essendon, Fremantle, Geelong, Gold Coast, Hawthorn, Richmond, St Kilda, and the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are probably the hardest one to pick because they could easily be a top 8 team, I think. And then there was the two shit teams at the bottom, which are here in the dark green that you do want. So, yeah, this is just to try and identify when teams are going to have a decent run. And there's a few in here, I think. Start with GWS. So, as you can see here, even though they unfortunately are playing round 0, up until round 13, they're only playing 4 other decent teams. So, that's not bad, but there's also 2 buys in there. So, their first half of the year is definitely a lot easier than the second half. It's just the 2 buys. Melbourne's the other one. As you can see here, round 7 to 19, they've got 1 bye in there, but they're only facing 3 decent teams. Unfortunately, they've got Collingwood and Brisbane. Fremantle, they don't really have any big runs, but it's worth noting that they do play in the first 6 rounds. They're the only team that play against both West Coast and North Melbourne. So starting with Fremantle players, they might really fill their boots. The other ones that might is the Power. Round 1 to 11, they've only got 3 decent teams. So they could go real big. I know Butters is a really popular pick. I think, even though I don't normally pay too much attention to the fixture, I think that's probably swayed me on him to lock him in, which I have been having trouble with the midfield, which is why I haven't done the team reveal video yet. I'm just not willing to put my name to anything that I've come up with yet, even though it is only a draft. And the last one is the Bulldogs. So, round 2 to 9, they're not playing any decent teams, really. They're all like middle pack and lower. And yeah, they've got one of North Melbourne or West Coast in round 3. I haven't actually checked that, but so there's a good run. So I think starting with Bulldogs players would be good. Hopefully, for those starting with Bont and English, they can go crazy and justify the price to start the year. There's a couple of other ones, like North Melbourne here. They've got a pretty decent run to end the year, so round 16 onwards. But the problem with them is that they're probably more shit than every other team. West Coast the same. They've got a pretty good run there in the second half of the year. Obviously, we know the fixture favours the bottom teams more, but yeah, they are just shit, so I don't know how much that really helps. I find that the fixturing stuff, and the how easy a team's run is, it seems to really matter more with forwards and defenders. So guys like Sicily, obviously, he does better when they're losing, and forwards like Curnow absolutely destroyed West Coast twice last year. So things like that. But yeah, I just thought I'd share it, and hopefully, if even one person out there gets some kind of help from this, well, that's good then, because as I said, I find it really hard to visualize the fixture and stuff until it's put like this. So hope you got something out of it, and thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.